Yo, it's Richie Rich from the 415, and I'm giving a shout to my people at Off the Cuff Radio, the best show out on Friday nights. Keep knocking these busters' heads off, you feel me?
Hey yo, this Fleetwood from the Cotton Pickers, and right now you're tuned in to Off the Cuff Radio. Feel me?
Hey, this is Anais Lauren giving a shout out to Eric King the Ruler, OTG, and the whole Gil team.
Hey, it's your Coco Filipina from NC Rap Scene and Turn Tuesday. And I'm giving a big shout out to King Eric, Miss Chinchilla, Sandman, off of Off the Cuff Radio. You are now tuned in.
Coney? It's Coney Brooks, the King of New York, and I want to give a shout out to Off the Cuff Radio, the Gann team, and Da Vinci Clothing for the love and support. Let's kill them in 2018, you heard?
Yo, what's good with it? This your boy Big Prodigy from the South Central Cartel. I'm just kicking back, chilling, listening to my homeboys on Off the Cuff Radio. Turn that shit up.
What it is, it's your boy Duke right here. Hey, I just want to let y'all niggas know, this CAB people, this shit for real. This shit for real. If you ain't about money, power, and respect, you need to move, man.
Man, I'm just trying to cop myself a new bitch. Yeah. Fuck that bitch. And a new friend. Bitch, I got a lot of hundreds. Prove them. All this money shit. Yeah, I do it. I just brought my business. About my business. Yeah. Trying to catch a check. Trying to catch a fucking check. Yeah. I been had the power. I need money and respect, nigga. For me, I been had money and respect, nigga. Your disrespect hit with that tax, nigga. Real live, nigga, no fake, nigga. All my niggas go no clown, nigga. All I do is smoke that fucking loud, nigga. Nail hit the front, calm down, nigga. Block a 100 rounds, nigga. Funerals, break it down, nigga. Niggas always hated on a real nigga. That's why you broke and you don't feel niggas. Middleman texting all the real niggas. But it's okay. Get your ass robbed, nigga. Tryna cop myself a new bitch. Yeah. Fuck that bitch. And a new friend. Bitch, I got a lot of hundreds. Prove them. All this money shit. Yeah, I do it. I just brought my business. About my business. Yeah. Tryna catch a check. Tryna catch a fucking check. Yeah. I been had the power. I need money and respect. Word on my son. Word to my brothers. Respect my power, nigga. Die. Word to your mother. Fuck around, nigga. Got a chopper. It sound like thunder. Hit you one time. It'll put you under. Yeah, nigga off the train. And I'm off the pills. Damn, nigga 100 backwoods. Throw that shit for real. Damn, smoking on the loud. So that shit is gone. Damn, I done sold some power. I done did some wrong. Yeah, I'm the right nigga to try though. Little nigga, I got more numbers than Lotto. Little nigga, bitch, I'm smooth, no fucking Vado. Little nigga, yo bitch like me and my brother Vado.
Cause this trucks right here. Y'all niggas is vehicles. We moving trucks, you feel? That's what we do.
Real niggas never fall off. my mama about to see me in the trap. I ain't even go to school, stay with the pack. Stay with that rap, and nigga, yes, you back. Fix you with that rap, and get your ass back. Yeah, I got them young niggas around here, and I got them niggas around here. So niggas say you moving shit around here, and get your ass stuck around here. Real niggas never fall off. Never gon' fall off. I'm never gon' fall off. Real niggas never fall off. We never gon' fall off. We never gon' fall off. You don't want no problem for my dog. Hit you with that clock and go away. I don't give a fuck about the law. Hit a 360 on the law and go the other way. I ain't falling off. I be going hard like it's 1050. Bitch, I need a new mobile. Meet me at that new hotel. I feel like a kill on this. I be playing with the pennies for real. Hey, we be pitching all them dimes for real. Candy like candy and I'm sold for real. I be at the top like my name ain't here. Bitch, I'm on my job, check the swanky wheel. Niggas rolling CLO look like I'm thanking here. Smoking gas, bitches talking about it stinking here. Real niggas never fall off. Never gon' fall off. I'm never gon' fall off. Real niggas never fall off. We never gon' fall off. We never gon' fall off. You don't want no problem, call my dog. Hit you with that clock and go away. I don't give a fuck about the law. Hit a 360 on the law and go the other way. Cowboy B-A-B-C, just getting up. I just caught me a new belt. Round town with two loud. Inked up like a newsletter. I wish a nigga would've passed up. Even when I'm good, I try to do better. Went from cowboy to the back, you would have more. Why be a clone? You can be better. I'm going through this money like a paper shroud. I smoke like I got an echelon, nigga. I'm a prostitute, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Them boys shut it down like a drunk nigga. So I did it, beat my city, where you from now? Wake up in the morning, bow my head and then I pray. Keep these haters out my way. And get rid of all these funny to say. With my AK, right, with my AK, right, with my AK, right, with my AK, right, with my AK. Got earth up in the bed, free my niggas do. Can't go fucking dead. All I know is you back. I be on my grind. I don't know about you. Married to the gang. Get into the loop. Them AKs and trap nigga right next to the gunner. That's why I be, I'm keep it G, I'm real nigga, I promise. You fuck niggas get fucked away. Fuck around and deal away. You whine them, you violate. Gotta finish you shots at the AK. Fuck around with them fuck arounds and get fucked up. I'm high as hell with heavy there, I'm fucked up. AK-47, come learn a lesson. I'm from Star City, homeboy, no respect. Pussy nigga, I'm forever blow. You should smell this weed in the studio. Look at me like a Twitter stalker. A nigga swag sweeter than Willie White. I wake up in the morning, bow my head and then I pray. Keep these haters out my way. And get rid of all these funny things. With my AK, right.
What's the deal, everybody? This your boy King Eric the Great. You're now tuned in at the best live show on Friday night, Off the Cuff Radio, alongside with my co-host of the evening, T-Mac. Got to bring this brother on.
What it do? 757 up in your area, causing mass hysteria. King Eric on the throne, about to get it going on. What's up to all of our ladies and gents, boys and girls in the hip-hop universe, sponsored by Da Vinci. It's Off the Cuff Radio. What you know?
Yes, indeed, man. And we had a big show lined up with Lex Luger, but unfortunately he couldn't make it tonight because he had a family emergency. But nevertheless, we went ahead and rescheduled, and he's going to possibly be back this coming week. So we send our prayers and thoughts out to them and hoping that everything is okay in that situation.
Shout out to Big Lex from the VA, man. We hope everything's going all right, like King said, and we look forward to having you. You know, tentatively, King, we're looking to having him possibly next week, maybe?
Possibly. We're going to work things out.
Okay.
But
yeah, we'll get it
nevertheless,
done.
we went ahead and we got a branch of the family. He's going to join us for the show for the night. His artist, one of the dopest from VA.
All right, my hometown, stand up, 757.
One of the dopest artists VA, because I had to get hip to the catalog before we went on the air. And he got some heat for you, man. So we're about to bring in my man Duke from the olive branch of the Lex Luger family and see if he's on right now.
What it do,
you
man?
On, brother?
I know what's happening, fellas.
What's going on,
man?
Man? Good to have you
with
us.
Show. Round of standing ovation for you, my
Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed, brother. Welcome to Off the Cuff Radio, man. What's good with you, man?
I'm chilling and cooling it right now. We out in Norfolk chilling at the lane. We out here.
You got some work cooked up.
Chilling. I can't hear you say it again.
I know you got some work cooking up right now because I saw you on the Instagram Live. I know you got something cooking for the fall.
Oh yeah, it's about to go down, man. We just working, trying to build something, trying to build a real sound, something that's gonna, be solid.
Definitely, Duke. T-Max from VA, Seaside, Chesapeake. You know what it is, man. Great to have you on, and it's momentous, definitely because you represent, our hometown, man. So, for all, it's like, look, from all over to Naughty by Norfolk to Peace City, Pistol City, Portsmouth, Seaside, Chesapeake, Va Beach, Got the Reach, Suffland, of course, Hampton, Bad Newport News. For our listeners out there, you're going to recognize it in terms of where we reside, man. Tell us about a little bit about, definitely. So definitely do. So tell us a little bit about yourself, about Norfolk in terms of where you represent. The floor is yours, homie. Just tell us a little bit about, or a lot, about your entry and foray into the game, the genesis of what you've been doing.
Okay. All right. Well, basically, man, I'm an artist. I'm straight out of Suffolk, the same place Lex is from. That's like my brother. Actually, my oldest brother, the one that introduced Lex to FL, he'll tell you more about that, but he introduced me to music. And I've been doing this since I was like 7, but I really got serious with it when I turned 15, I got homeschooled, so I was home more, so I had more time to, really focus on that. So I started doing that, and then when I got a little older, my son left my mom's crib, started learning how to engineer, mix music, production, help other artists build theirs, stuff like that. Once I learned how to do that, I really got serious about my sound, and really tried to build my own sound as far as being an artist rather than just an engineer or a producer. You feel me? So I really try to represent something for the whole Virginia. I really love my city, except for where I'm from, but I touch base pretty much everywhere I go. in Virginia. So I'm really trying to do it for everybody out here.
Definitely. Now, in terms of what you've been doing, man, especially hooking up with Lex, you're part of that. You could say you're part of that new wave in terms of what Virginia has been bringing out over the years. Of course, we remember back in the days, and you probably know this history too, even though you were a little younger during those years, going back to the days. With Teddy Riley when he came down from Harlem and really, and of course, how the Neptunes and Timbaland, started with a group called SBI, Surrounded by Idiots, and then of course, ultimately, Neptunes would end up working under Teddy, really getting their feet wet before they branched off, and of course, Missy Elliott, and of course Timbaland as well, and there's so many other artists such as Sister, from Portsmouth, shout out to Missy Elliott, that was her first group. That was the first. Yeah, definitely. And that was the first incarnation, really, of the VA music scene. So as we progressed over 20 years later, we're kind of going into the second stage, of course, with the clips. Shout out Pusha T and No Malice. Of course, Lex Luger, who really was like the new, of course. And I would be remiss to definitely. I would definitely be remiss, definitely. And I'd definitely be remiss to, of course, name Knots and Bink, two of the other living legends from the Hampton Roads area as well.
No question.
Shout out to Knots and Bink.
They legends.
Definitely.
Not to cut you off or anything, but everybody talking about Teddy Riley. He got a studio with the engineer named JR out in Newport News.
Okay.
And we worked there a couple of times. It's a beautiful sound, you know what I mean? Just to be in there and get that energy. It's amazing. Then when you spoke on Missy, it's a studio. I mean, I don't really want to disclose the names or whatever, but it's a studio in Portsmouth. Like they go through there or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's just the energy that these people bring. You feel me? So I really do understand that, and that's why I really want to make a big, like a sound that's going to really last. I don't want to just make a sound that's going to be here right now, and then it's gonna be gone. I'm really trying to make a sound that's gonna last. You feel me?
Definitely, Duke. And that kind of goes into my next inquisitive as well, because as we have over the years, we have produced, so many, great artists and producers, but yet and still, we've still had trouble over the years really kind of maintaining a hometown grip in reference to really, cultivating the hometown talent to a degree and really being able to have the artists, from here who are born and raised, staying here and really pushing the movement further.
Right.
And it's not throwing shade when I say this. I love my city, no two ways about it. So I won't, but I'm just saying this from journalistic and, conversational topics. We've had a lot of artists who won't be named, who are supposed to be like the next big ones going back years, but they never quite made it through.
Right.
So, and a lot of people said it's about VA trying to find its signature sound. As an artist who's been doing this seriously for some time, where do you think the issues have been, and what can we do from our side of the city to really bring it along to get it on that, bigger level?
Well, because I was just talking to somebody about it earlier, I honestly feel like we need to embrace the artists that's out here more. You feel me? Like, a lot of people don't get that embrace out here because if they don't see you on there, a lot of people feel like they don't see you on their Instagram every day, or they don't see somebody talking about you every day, and you're not really talented or you're not really popular. But, we need more people to just embrace good music, just listen, just get somebody to listen, actually hear what they're doing. And then they will realize that it's so much talent out here that would, like you were saying earlier, all them people are legends, like, in the game, period. Not just out here, they just legends, period. Pharrell, the Clips, Teddy Riley, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, all of them are legends, and they're right from here. You know what I'm saying? The Hampton Roads, 757. and legends in the game. So it's really sound here. People just need to embrace it more. You feel me? I feel that's the problem. People don't really want to embrace a lot of things.
Definitely.
It kind of seemed like a issue. I'm back on. Had a little connection issue, but I'm back on now. But building on what you guys are saying, it seems like a issue with the Carolinas as well, because we all have that same similar situation where you have talent everywhere, sprinkled everywhere in the city, but when it comes to like building that olive branch to really go further, it puts everything in a screeching halt. But the talent is out there, like in VA, like T-Max has mentioned, so much. Just like in the Carolinas, but we just can't break that barrel as it gets.
What? What? Can you say that?
Hello? Yeah.
Yo.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I can hear you, man. My bad.
No, you good.
Yeah, you good. It was just breaking up around here.
Okay.
Well, I'm back on, nevertheless. The call number is 1-619-924-0703. We got Lex Luger, artist Duke in the building. He's building with us, talking about his future projects. 757 in the building. Virginia in the building, baby.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. Definitely. So in reference to, in terms of the artists out here, obviously I'm from here, so I gotta say out here. Who do you think is like really been putting in the work over the years? Of course we've had artists like Flame Bonds, Misunderstood, Show Flacco. Who do you also see out here? Oh, can't forget my man Just Archie and A-Rock. Shout out to A-Rock and Just Archie, and of course my man Have D Don, producer of the 95 web series on YouTube. Check it out, y'all.
I be watching that all the time, man. That nigga's crazy, man.
Yeah, man, those are my kinfolk, man. Those are my folk. Who else do you see in the area? Definitely.
Well, to be honest, somebody that I really be seeing doing this thing out here, man, yeah, crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's somebody that's really doing whatever he feel and really trying to influence himself onto the people. You feel me? So he dope. You feel me? You got Young Money Young. You know what I mean? He really doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of people that I really see, you know what I mean, really trying to really having their image stand out. And, like, people see them, they know that it's them. You know what I mean? They know what's up. You feel me? So, like, people like that.
Definitely. And in terms of in terms of developing the sound, what do you think it really takes for us to develop the sound in terms of having, like, the West Coast has a signature sound, the East Coast has a signature sound, down south, to Atlanta, to Miami have a signature sound. VA, because of us being a military area in the Hampton Roads area, for those of our listeners who may not know, Hampton Roads has the largest installation of the naval bases in the world.
Yeah.
This is basically where it all happens. So we get so many people from all over the country who bring different flavors to the musical gumbo of, bringing it together.
Right.
What would you say is the distinct sound that we have that could kind of define us? Or do you think we're still kind of in flux, really still molding and maturing our music still?
But to be 100% honest, I feel like it's so many different sounds that can come out of here. It's not just a sound. Like it's so many different ways and so many different people who can provide different sounds. Like it's just crazy who you can run into out here, and you're just like, you really are an artist. Like, you're not just a rapper or you're not just a singer. You're an artist, and nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of sounds. It's not a lot of embracing it, but we're gonna turn that out. We're gonna turn that around, man. We really about to show the city some love. We about to show them love. You think?
Now, who are some of your major
musical influences to make you want to one day pick up a mic and start rocking and how you doing?
Man, to be honest, like not famous people. My brother Black, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my brother, your boy Black. You feel me? Like, he been doing this since forever. You feel me? He had the first the first FL studio, and all of them after that. You feel me? So like, he was really doing this. Watching him, but like other artists, like artist wise, like people like Gucci, you know, James Blake, the guy named James Blake, Boosie Collins, pretty cool, you know, Drake, people like. Well, that's it. I grasp from a lot of different people because it's like sometimes I can feel like I want to rap, sometimes I want to sing, sometimes I want to do both, sometimes I want to just vibe. It just depends on how I feel. So it's a lot of influences.
Because this is your diversity within your sounds. Because sometimes you can go from soulful, all of a sudden party heavy, but you got to have that diverse range. You know what I mean?
But that's what it's about. It's about like just like a regular person. A regular person don't feel one way all the time. So I feel like as an artist, I gotta have different feelings, different sounds. That's why that go back to that question when you ask like, what's the sound? I have different sounds. Like everybody, they just sometimes you want to feel like this, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to sing. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not.
No, I think that's kind of an issue that's going on with the music business today, is that you have artists that just want to paint one picture with one brush, and you don't even get to see different colors.
Right.
Like
because,
it's like that funny Cat Williams skit said. He's like, y'all niggas gang banging on bacon, nigga. Y'all angry in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you though. Yeah, like people get stuck in a loop where they feel like, all right, so this is what an artist, this what rap is, so I gotta sound like this, or this what this is, so I gotta sound like that. I gotta do this type person beat. No, you gotta be you and put you out. You're trying to put you out.
Definitely. Now, one thing about it, seeing, you, Lex, and everybody came up, from out of Suffolk. How big was that, when Lex really began to make the waves in terms of really breaking out? And y'all were pretty much there to watch that evolution of him really going from local to global. What was that like? Take us through that journey of basically just, what y'all were doing in terms of, when you knew that, like, this was really, like, y'all were destined for something big.
Right. Well, bro, to be honest, it was amazing to me. You feel me? Like, I was still young. I'm only 23. I was still a youngin', but me and him was cool because I went to his house one time. I rapped for him, and he was like, bro, you rap better than all my best friends. You know what I'm saying? But I was still young, so I wasn't really doing it at the time. But him and my brother was super, super close. And my other brother that's incarcerated, like them three, they was super duper close. They got a group called VABP. Shout out my boy Cool 100, Cool Cap. But they got like, bro, just hearing him, just giving him, he was giving them the music before it came out, and them just playing it, coming to my house, playing it. My brother playing it in the house. It was so amazing, bro. It was just like, bro, somebody that you just seen yesterday just turned up, and like he all over the world now. His music everywhere. You feel me? So it made me realize, even at that age, even at a young age, it made me realize it was possible. You feel me? It just put so much more faith in what I had. It made me believe in me more. You feel me?
Mhm. Now, definitely, and watching the evolution in terms of really, going, making that move. A lot of people don't understand too that the music industry is just that. It's a business. And there are the hellacious highs and the epitomous lows of the ebb and flow in terms of the ups and downs you go through in the game. The good and the bad. In terms of what you've observed in your time in it so far, what have you seen, the good and the bad, and in terms of, and by no means is this a closeout question because we still got so much more time to go, but just getting your views in terms of going into the business of it and really, really going in for the longevity. What have you seen in terms of the good and the bad and the ups and downs of it?
Well, I haven't really seen anything bad. You know what I mean? Lex really, he really is hands on with what I have going on. You feel me? Like, man, that's like my brother. Like I said earlier. So it's all good things. But what good do I see is that you really have to really believe in what you got going on, because it's not just about you trying to sell it to the people. It's about you putting out, you're influencing. You feel me? So it really got to be something that's sustainable and that's going to really reach people and reaching for the long term, like they're going to remember you. So it's really about, I learned that I really got to be an influence and really put out something that's going to influence people, not just make them groove.
Definitely. Now, in terms of the music that we hear today, in terms of the modern hip-hop, but of course, so many from, the hip-hop inspired soul, or you could say soul inspired hip-hop of Anderson .Paak, of course. You got West Side Gun and Conway, Yeezy, Dave East, of course, Gucci Mane, since he's made his return a couple years ago. So many artists, old and new, rest in peace, to Extension, and, of course, Mac Miller. What do you see in terms of hip-hop over the years from when you were a youngin' over, you said you're 23, so over 17 years, what have you seen over the time in terms of how hip-hop has changed in terms of where the music was from when you were a youngin' to where you are now?
Well, I feel like to me, like when I was younger, I feel like it was more harder. You know what I mean? It was more harder against it. Like it was you had to be hard to be the rapper. You feel me? Like now, I feel like it's more free. It's more brighter. You feel me? And some people can take it, but then sometimes it's bad because some people they take the brightness and then they put out this stuff that people don't really need to be influenced by. You feel me? So I feel like hip hop is got brighter, but at the same time, it's letting a couple people in that really shouldn't be, rappers for real. But then at the same time, a lot of rappers today they say they rock stars, so I don't really.
Definitely. Now, in terms of now in terms of especially when I mentioned Mac Miller's death, and of course, what happened to Lil Peep, this year in terms of the drug culture in hip hop. You said what you said about the music, not only having good music but also being an influencer. Where do you feel like in terms of the drug culture in hip hop with the lean and the Molly, and dare I say even cocaine, that has become referenced in so many songs that has made it the music rather, that has also made it so vogue. What is your opinion of that, being, spoken on in the game so much?
I mean, I don't really think people should, really be influenced and stuff like that. But at the same time, where you come from, like me personally, as an artist, I talk about what I do, or I talk about what I've seen in my life, stuff like that. Now, if I'm trying to paint a picture, or I'm trying to make you really see something, I'm going to explain it and I'm going to say it in the most, vivid way I can. But I don't really think people should be influenced and stuff like that. That's
definitely.
It's really heavy though. It is really heavy though. It's a big deal.
Definitely. So, as we get back to the world of Duke and his dope dialogue on wax, let's talk about when you started really making the music, like when you really stepped in the studio dropping your projects in terms of, when you really, really got to it. What was it like being in that studio knowing that, like, yo, I'm really about to drop something, that's really about to hit the streets? What was that like?
It felt like surreal for real. Like it felt like I was supposed to be doing it, but at the same time, it felt like I can't believe I'm really about to do this right now. That's crazy. But I feel like I need to do it. You feel me? I feel like I got something that's really gonna make something happen. But right now we just work. We really just working. You know what I mean? Really just working on more sounds day to day. Really just going in hands on with it. But it was amazing.
Definitely. Do you remember the first rap that you ever wrote? That like you was just like messing around and doodling, and then like, of course, there are two things: the first rap you wrote, and then the first rap in the studio you spoke.
Man, the first rap, that was probably, they weren't the same. When I was younger, like we did a song for my cousin. Her name was Champagne. She was going away to college, and I did a song for her. I wrote that hook for my aunt to sing it. My brother recorded it. Like it was pretty dope. But like the first rap I ever did, Lex recorded it. You know what I mean? He actually engineered. You feel me? It was in his bedroom. We did that shit in his room. And it was just, I don't know, like it was crazy. I remember it though. I was talking about like I got more green and blue and yellow, something like that, something crazy. I was saying something crazy, man.
Now, how's important now when you're doing music in the studio, of course, with the vibe and reference to sound and everything and production, and a lot of artists in general don't understand this. How important is it to really understand the aesthetics, the acoustics, and the overall dynamics in terms of making your sound something, of a symphony for the, not just for the streets, but for the sonic, appeal in general, because some songs, you hear some artists make, it's not mixed properly, it's rough mastering, how of it is most imperative that your product is polished in terms of what you're putting out there?
Man, it's very important, man. It's very important for everything to be right. The energy, I'm a big person. I'm a big energy person, so the energy has to be right. The people around have to be on the same plane that you're on, And the engineer, shout out to my guy G Stats. You feel me? Shout out Miss Hollywood too. The engineer G, G my engineer. He really, like me and him, we understand. We understand each other. Like we're always on the same page when it comes to recording a song or how I want it to sound or how he hears it. You feel me? How he hears it in his head and how I want to hear it is usually like 98% of the time the same thing. You know what I mean? So we really be on this trying to really bring out my voice because I like to use my regular voice, but I use auto tune as a tool a lot. Excuse me, but I use auto tune as a tool a lot. So we try to make sure that everything is right so it don't sound robotic. It sounds like me, So the acoustics, the room, everything was right. Also shout out my guy DJ Curry because he does a lot of my recording and G mixes. G does all the mixes, like the final mixes. But Curry, he has very nice space also. And the acoustics there. Me and him built a relationship where he knows exactly what I'm talking about too when I ask him to, do something to my voice or make me do this or punch me here or, stuff like that. Because we don't really do too much writing. Like I really just go in and however I feel I just let it carry. I just carry it out.
Just had a spontaneous spirit when you go in there.
Mixing is, man. Mixing is very important because at the end of the day, you got to make sure that joint slap. And sometimes you put that joint in the whip, you hear the vocals more overlapping the beat.
Exactly.
And you be trying to adjust
Everything
your
got to
treble.
blend, man. Niggas be sounding like they're in the bathroom, man. Tell them I got these facts, man. Get me right.
You hear paper cutting. You hear paper rapping in the background. You hear people talking in the background.
Yeah, you can hear the girl coughing. You can hear the girl coughing in the back. Everybody. But yeah, that's getting me right, man. It's just it's a relationship. People don't understand. You gotta have relationships, you know, with people that you work with, because this is a job too. You really gotta build relationships, and y'all gotta understand each other. If not, it's not gonna come out. And then, like you said, the mix gotta be right, because, bro, that voice. Sometimes, how you say something is almost better than what you're saying. You know what I mean? So that it really gotta be heard. So the mix gotta be right.
Because I think the appreciation of mixing is becoming very overlooked in today's music, because it's just like we said, when you hearing people in the background, you hear dice rolling in the background, you hear all types of stuff in the background. You hear arguments.
Right. All kinds of madness, bro.
Yeah, but definitely, like you said, it's always important to have those relationships. But in terms of, like you said, what you have in reference when you're putting the music together, sometimes the background noises, you know, really can also kind of give to that spirit in terms of what you're trying to present.
Oh yeah, no.
You know, I think about Stevie Wonder, you know, when he did that joint "Living for the City," you know, where he kind of had that interlude where he has those different sounds, and of course when you had a Wu-Tang Clan.
Hey.
You know, when they
It's funny you
go ahead.
I ain't mean to cut you off. It's funny you mentioned that, man. Bro, I'm only 22, but man, I got put on to, I don't know how I came across it, but I got put on to Stevie Wonder, Music of My Mind. I think that's what the album is called, man. And it's so hard, bro. And there's so much background noise, and he's just saying little stuff in the background, and like. It counts. It do count. You're right there. It does count.
Yeah,
sometimes
and of course, who can forget that? You know, that Wu-Tang. You know, of course, before they did the Method Man skit. You know, where they having the dice game. You know, it's like, yo, roll the dice, man, roll the dice. You know, I mean,
nah, for real though.
But it makes it sound real though. I mean, in certain situations, it blends perfectly.
Right.
I can't recall how many times I read stories about how they made certain tracks, and a lot of them, for the most part, be done like by accident. Like, we know how many hit records were just done accidentally. It's crazy.
Man, it been songs, man. They in there making the beat. I'm in there already making the song. We make the song right after the beat, man. And they be bangers. You feel me? Most of the songs, that's how it is. As soon as I hear the beat, let's go in. Or I be in there playing, and they come out.
Word up. So tell us about your first project that you had put together, and about the concept behind it and how you came up with the name. Basically, the whole history of, you know, your first, you know, project that you put out.
Well, the project we working on right now is called "It's a Dog Eat Dog World." I basically got that. Man, I basically got that "It's a Dog Eat Dog World" from it's just something I was thinking about one day. I was like, man, right now I really want to give them the street. I want to give them the street, but I wanted there to be a message behind it. You know what I'm saying? I don't just want to give them just the streets and then just put it out like that. So I want to give them a message behind it. So I want people to know that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's really a dog eat dog world out here. Go hard for yourself. Of course, you got to go hard for everyone around you, but go hard because you have to go hard. You know? So that's what we're working on right now. I'm about to drop a single soon and a video for it. But that's one of the vibes that I'm feeling right now. We definitely about to drop it and give that to people. We about to have that out soon. That's the vibe we're working on. The name, again, is It's a Dog Eat Dog World. yeah, man, that's just what we about to push real quick. Let's get them some flavor, some new flavor.
So who's gonna be featured
Word.
on there?
To be honest, we really just working on me, you know. But we might have a couple features right now. One feature I can say we got right now, I got one with Jose Guapo that I'm gonna drop soon. That's gonna be on the that's gonna be up there. That's gonna be crazy. But we working on a couple. I'll probably do one or two more crazy songs for somebody. But right now we got Jose on one of them. But for real, we just working on trying to put out Virginia. You know, really trying to let people know that we can do this by ourselves. You feel me? Not by ourselves at the same time, but we got this. You know?
And we know as well that, you know, Lex was supposed to have been a part of the show tonight. And how is people receiving his comeback thus far after he took a several year hiatus? Because what people don't know is that he's actually a pioneer in this.
Man, it's just beautiful because you know, legends never die, bro. So you know how that goes, bro. Like, it's just beautiful. I'm just happy that my brother's back. You know what I'm saying? And he never stopped, to be honest. He's been going in, but you know what I'm saying? He's really about to raise hell. You feel me? So I'm just happy that he gave me a chance to set fire too. You feel me? So.
Word. Now, in terms of what, you know, a lot of people hear in reference to, you know, because all, you know, the reality rap, as we call it from the street, is based in real experience. So we know about New York and the gritty streets. Of course, New York is a mecca of hip-hop, you know, but we know about, you know, Brooklyn. We know about Harlem. We know about Queens. You know, we know about Q Borough, you know, QB. Queensbridge, we know about L.A., so we know about Compton, we know about Inglewood, all the way from L.A. to the Bay. You know, we know about Miami, you know, with 305 Live, you know, County Day.
Right.
What would you want a listener who has never known about, you know, how VA in terms of what goes on in the streets of Virginia, you know, what would you want them to know in terms of certain hoods? You know, and you and me from the same town, so we know about it in terms of, you know, like, like Park Place.
Well, I'm gonna keep it 100% right. I'm gonna keep it 100%, dog. I'm right now. I'm in Norfolk. You know, I just came from. We just rode through a couple hoods. You feel me? But it's really real out here. You know what I mean? Just like everywhere in the world, bro. It's real. You feel me? People gotta know it's real out here, but it's real people also out there. Those people that you could connect with and you could deal with and potentially, you know what I mean, make money with. But at the same time, it's people that's out here that take your money. You feel me? So just like everywhere else in the world, it's real gangsters here too.
No doubt. You know, and that's something, you know, me and some of my, you know, my partners, we be reminiscing on, you know, hitters that I knew coming up when I was young, and they would tell me stories, you know, about how it used to be back in the day. You know, a lot of people don't know that Virginia really put in that work in terms of being one of the go-betweens in terms, you know, moving, you know, a lot of product coming through, and there was a lot of, you know, for all the listeners, you know, going back to the 80s and early 90s, Hampton Roads was serious, and it's still serious today. But back in those days, it was like really serious.
Man, it's a port. We got a port just like Miami. You feel me? So it's like, you feel me? That's not the only port in the world. And then at that, man, like, it's really real out here. People really, like, back to what I was saying. Like, man, my brother, I got a brother, like I told you, he's incarcerated. He's doing 32 years right now for some robberies and stuff, you know. But we're going, like, we trying to get him right. You feel me? But that's just that it's really real out here. You feel me? Like, it's real. Money is everywhere. Just like money is everywhere, violence is everything is everywhere.
Yeah, man. So in terms of who you haven't worked with in this area, and even beyond this area, who would be, now I guess keeping it home team first, what would be your dream VA cipher or dream song on any of your projects that you would have upcoming, or even with this one, who you would love to have on your track to like just really like just show the best of the Commonwealth? Like any artist, let's just say any, I'm not even going to put a number on it, no cap, just any artist from this area, you know, you would love to work with on a song.
All right, so I would like to do a song with, it would have to be like this, though. It would have to be Timberland and Pharrell made the beat, but me and Drum on the song, you know? I feel like that'll be okay. I feel like that'll be
you know, I was on the phone for that one.
Yeah, that's it.
We need that hit record, baby.
That song.
Yes.
That's about 3 million streams in one day.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Talking into existence, man. Hit my phone. Hit Lex. Everybody hit Lex.
Now, the wave in the game is a lot of times people have that, you know, that hustle spirit of the entrepreneurial essence in terms of going independent. And some are looking for deals, and some are pretty much staying on that independent grind. Pretty much, what is your movement right now? Y'all pretty much just kind of keeping it self-contained in terms of keeping it a group thing, or you pretty much you're looking down the line to go major in terms of signing with somebody?
Well, right now, to be honest, me and Lex, we on that. Well, I'm on this. I'm his artist. You know what I mean? Really pushing me right now. We're working on me to, you know, push me towards the label. If anything, but to be honest, I feel like we could probably do something to go indie. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we just pushing music out. To be honest, right now that's the main goal, just to really put out some good music.
Hey, that's always the aim in the game, man.
The major got to come with a big, hefty bag of dough for that.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Y'all have that pioneer sound.
Yeah, we're doing everything. We ain't just rapping either or singing. We're doing everything. Yeah, it's in the bag.
You know what I'm saying? They got to come with like 75% of streaming rights.
Yeah.
A big advance up front.
All that.
And ownership of every single video. Y'all got to come with a sweet deal. Y'all got to come with one of those priority Master P deals here.
85%. 85%.
No doubt.
85-15.
I need it. I need it.
Either that or the cash money distribution deal. You ain't gonna never see a deal like that.
$30 million up front.
So I mean, when you look at I need a piece of that myself.
That's your money.
CBS gonna knock down my door.
Yeah, man. So when you look at the the history of some of the artists and entrepreneurs in hip hop, how has that inspired you in terms of having goals outside of just music? What other aspirations do you have in reference to, you know, what you want to do as your career progresses?
Okay, well, like I get a big influence off of people like, you know, Tyler the Creator, Pharrell, Andre 3000, Kanye. So like I really like fashion. Excuse me. Man, it's changing. The season changing, killing me. Excuse me, but I really like fashion. You know, so I see myself getting into fashion. Like I said,
okay.
Andre 3000 is a big influence. So I wouldn't mind, you know, popping up in a couple movies, you know, supporting actor, singing, something, you know.
All right, so we're gonna see that Yeezy swag going on in terms of like, you know, the like the shoes and the shirts and all that and whatnot.
Look at all of that. We got some shirts right now. We pushing, man. Hit up Lex, man. hit up Lex on Instagram. You get your shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we're gonna get them shit sent out. But yeah, and I'm actually working on a couple sketches for some shirts right now. We're trying to get a process in me. I just drew a couple up. That we working on.
And I'm pretty sure that the clothing line or whatever y'all marketing is gonna go hand in hand and parallel with the music. Because I don't know if anybody remember that whole Renaissance where everybody and their grandmama had a clothing line back in the 90s.
Oh yeah, if you ain't had no G,
man, it was crazy.
No you ain't had nothing like that, no Wu-Tang hat, nothing like that. You was late. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100%. That merchandise is a big deal because it's still real fans out here in the world who will just buy your stuff because they like you as the artist, you know. And then there's people who like it because of what it is. You feel me? So.
And we also had an artist who go by the name of Madison J. He told us the importance to see behind the clothing marketing as well, because sometimes a lot of people don't even like the music, but they just like the clothes. So either way, it's a win-win.
Right. I can understand that. Hopefully, in my case, they like both. They buy both.
Right.
So yeah, man. I really just want to let people. I just want to give people a different vibe. You know what I mean? Let people know about me. You know, try to get myself out there again. My brother Lex, man, gave me this opportunity. He see that I'm as serious as I've ever been about this music. So, I'm a father of 3 children. Yeah, I really am going 100% in on this music.
Well, I mean, look, the one thing about it is, to be a father, when you said that, I think of Exhibits, the foundation, and to be, for you to be, and, there with your kids and handling your business is definitely, an inspiration, in terms of, watch, them getting to see their daddy, on the grind and, providing something for them down the line that they can, the legacy. I never forget in a Batman cartoon, Ra's al Ghul once said, they say immortality is achieved through one's offspring. So it's definitely something real. And definitely what you were saying about the clothing game, what you and King were saying, man, I mean, it's crazy because I was just kind of having a flashback of just like thinking about all those lines. And I know we all going to laugh when I mention some of this, like Fast Farm, Sean John, Rough Riders, Dirty Denim, Snoop Dogg clothing, Nelly's Vocal and Apple Bottoms. Eminem, Shady Wear.
Made millions off of that. Made millions off of that, man.
And even in the modern day, they done bought back Death Row Records. I mean, they bought back T-shirts.
a lot of stuff, man, bro. I bought a WWF Rock T-shirt for $50. You know what I'm saying? Like them shirts, that stuff coming back, but it ain't cheap. It still ain't cheap. You want it back then? It wasn't cheap, and it won't cheap now.
Dude, I think I was on eBay one time, and I saw some of those old Cash Money T-shirts from like 20 years ago going for like, I think, $70, $80, like the original joint.
Man, it's no joke. It's no joke. And that brand, they want that brand.
It's like this.
I don't think I probably was one of the only few cats that was wearing that No Limit gear, too. They don't know nothing about that.
I ain't heard none of that, man.
Dude, the Master P not had that shit locked down in the 90s.
98. It was 20 years ago, matter of fact, this day where No Limit had this thing on lock.
Man.
Now, Master P the innovator.
I had the Fugazi tank and everything.
Master P the one. He said the Fugazi tank. Damn.
Man. So how do you see the business model changing now in reference to where we saw, like, because when you look at, P wasn't the first entrepreneur, if you really want to get technical, you could even say that Run DMC going back years ago were the first really in terms of making the style, because I believe Adidas, when they did that song My Adidas, I think that's when Adidas actually signed Run DMC to an exclusive licensing deal. And I believe some of those are shoes that they actually, Adidas actually made specialty Run DMC shoes. So we go further along, with of course, Puff Daddy with what he does with Sean John, Russell, of course, when he does Fat Farm, and Master P, with No Limit Gear, but also in terms of not only record sales, as we kind of fast forward some years now, 20 years, how do you see the business model that has changed in terms of how music is sold, in terms of where we used to, physical copies used to be the absolute barometer of your sales, to now where you're having streaming and YouTube views in a mass media market that is more worldly wide accessible, and how that has changed the game? How have you observed that from what you've been in the game with?
Well, man, to be honest, man, I feel like you said, it's streaming now. It's more about streaming. Cause people, we right now, I'm on my phone. You feel me? So people more on their phone than anything. You're more on the go than anything. So we're listening more on the phone than actually just buying it and putting it in the car. Nobody really, I love CDs. I still burn CDs and everything, man, to be honest. We still do that. But nobody really, buys CDs anymore. Nobody's going to the store or waiting in the line. People just waiting to see it on Instagram and see that it's dropped. Or we waiting for links, you know what I mean? That's what we waiting on now.
I think it's the evolvement of technology, too, because...
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's just evolvement. It's the same thing. Like, soon it'll change again. You never know what'll happen next.
For real, man, because people don't understand the struggle of how it was back in the day. Like, if you wanted to get your record played, you literally had to go to the office. You had to fight through security. You had to take a trip. You had to jump cab from cab. You had to fly. You had to get on those yellow pages and call a nigga's auntie.
Shout out my guy High Def, man. High Def Rajan, man. We done did that before. Like, we done ran up in Sony RCA, ran up to places like, look, man, we just trying to play music just like that. Like, we done did that. But at the same time, that builds relationships. So I'm glad that, it's still people that actually do stuff like that, or not afraid to, actually do those type of things.
Absolutely, because it shows drive. Like,
right.
And sometimes the way the game is structured right now, if anything, a lot of people are getting signed and getting deals based off their drive and their talent. Because, you see millions of talent out in every state.
All right. It's about, that's one thing that I'm big on, man. I say that I call it unwavering faith. You know what I mean? Really believing it and knowing that, like, you really have something. You know what I mean? That's why I'm really just, working hard, just trying to build something, something that's going to stay.
Now, I wanted to shoot to you, too, and this is what I wanted for our listeners to understand. Like, what is the importance behind having, a solid team behind you when you're trying to get your music out to the masses?
Oh, man, that team is important, man. I'm sitting here with my manager now, but that team is important because it's not just about business. It's family, bro. Like, these not just my people that helping me with my dream. These my family, man. Like, everybody that I'm working with, they family. So we all on the same page. We all seen the same struggle. We all been to the same places, and we all know about the same thing. So we trying to come up. You feel me? So that strength and that faith in one another. That's what it's really about. So that team, having that team is valid. Like, that's number one. You gotta have your team right. If your team not right, you can't do it all by yourself.
Definitely. And shout out to your manager who's with you right now if he can hear us. We want to, big up him, saying Saying, what up, man? Thank you so much, for y'all with this opportunity we got, man. We really appreciate it, getting to chop it up.
Hey, shout out Miss Hollywood, man. Miss Hollywood made this happen. Shout out
Thank
to
you, Miss Hollywood.
Yeah, shout out Miss Hollywood. We love you, girl. We love you. Now, what you said in terms of the team, there's always the most important element of there is no I in team. And the me should never, get spelled from the, the E and the M, you know what I'm saying? In terms, we've watched, and the thing is, it's so important. I wanted to ask you this because we have seen over the years so many cliques that fell apart in terms of bad business in reference to, of course, the drama with Wayne and Birdman, what happened with Jay-Z and Dame, what happened to the Wu-Tang Clan. There was everything from different move makings to I'm gonna just say it, outright jealousy between members, and bad business. How do you and your team pretty much look at those situations and use that as a reference point of what not to do in a game?
Man, to be honest, man, just like I said a little bit earlier, bro, we like a family. You feel me? Like, just like brothers fall out, but we get back. We know it's important, so we get back. You feel me? But knowing that it is a team thing, that's a major thing. You feel me? Because if you don't know that you can't do this out by yourself, or that you need people in your corner, then you're gonna be lost. You feel me? When you get to the top, people be there with you. You can't do it by yourself. That's why I really appreciate my engineers. I really appreciate Lex, like my manager Joe. Shout out to my manager CEO Joe. I really appreciate these people because they put in the time and they really, believe in what I got going on. So they make the moves that they need to make to put me in the position that I need to be in.
Word up.
It's in the studio, son. Like, they don't understand that. Sometimes those fights in the studio. Be having those Hustle and Flow argument. You know the movie Hustle and Flow where you had DJ and his producer, they was arguing in the studio?
Yeah. It'd be like,
and it created whoop that trick. You know what I mean? Sometimes those situations can create diamonds.
That'd be rare though. That'd be rare, man. That never happens. You know what I mean? Like I said, we all on the same account over here. We would have got this shit sold up.
Look, King, when you were saying the rumbling, I'm thinking about that Dave Chappelle skit when they were doing that Making the Band.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was hilarious.
It's not a lot of things.
That whole deal with, like, one of my favorite moments was when Dame, that Dame Dash teamwork video clip from backstage. That's one of my favorite clips because it shows behind teamwork.
Hey, Dame Dash is everybody got a Dame Dash in their team, though. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's my brother Black. I love him to death, but he that type of guy. You feel me? But we, like I said, we all try to we keep it together. We so tight. Everybody on the same page every day. Every day we wake up, man, I hit up everybody and make sure everybody's good every day. Not even just bouncing on music, just make sure they sure. You feel me? So.
Everybody gotta have a Dame in the situation.
You said what?
Everybody gotta have at least one Dame Dash in the team. Somebody go in there and rattle that cage a little bit.
Everybody, you can't have all. You know what I mean? You gotta have a real nigga in the room. You know what I mean? Even though everybody keeps it real, you gotta have the one that keeps it the extra real sauce on the real. You know what I mean?
Gotta put them claws out and just let them know.
Like that one guy in the studio. Like if you have about 100 niggas in the set, 99% of them say, "Yeah, that's hot. Yes, hot. That's hot." And you got that one dude like, "Yo, that's whack. You need to work on that." You that one dude.
I mean, we man, we don't really. Hey, thankfully, I don't of that. Anything I put out or anything we working on, we take enough time where, and then that's another thing. I take a lot of input from my brothers and the people that be around me in the studio because, and I mean, they're gonna be listening to this just like everybody else is. So what they want, what they like, or how they think I should carry it, or I do my vibe, but I still do it in a way where it's gonna appeal to certain people. You feel me? So I try to take a lot of I try to take a lot of influence from a lot of people. They really just tell me what they like. Yeah. And I go from there. You feel me? I build from there.
Especially when you have good ears in your circle.
Oh yeah. And I mean, incorporating, every individual, I think, is the essence of team because, it's one thing to have a team around you, but it's another to have everyone involved. And, I think this is something I know you have learned in the game thus far, is that you can't have dead weight of niggas just not doing nothing, for the crew. It's got to be important that everybody there has a specific role.
Can you hear me?
In terms of
Yeah,
we can hear you. Can you? Yeah.
Oh well, my bad. I hung up.
Oh, you good? You good?
Blowing me up.
Yeah, but we also know in the game how important it is for everybody in the crew to have a specific role and not having any dead weight that's holding the team down. Pretty much, how do you designate your duties between all of the crew in terms of them knowing their assignments and what makes, those chains tight in terms of keeping everybody, keeping the thing moving?
See, that's the thing. To be honest, man, everybody really just know their role and they play it. Like, you don't really, what we do is we all number one. You feel me? Like, every number counts, not just number one. For real. Like, we got number one and number two and number three, and we all count. So, like, they know if I need something or if I'm trying to do this, they're gonna make sure that they can do that for me or make sure I can get that done. Or if they want me to do this, they're gonna make sure that I understand that why I gotta do it, or you know what I mean. So it's never just no. It's never no, and nothing in the way. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all operates just like a team. Like, everybody trying to play a different role to win the championship, but the goal is the same goal.
Exactly, to win. That's literally what it's about. It's trying to win, bro. You feel me? He think he's a left handed. Oh, but look, yes, bro. It's about trying to build as a team, trying to make something.
Look, we know when that big bag comes, just be like Yachty and everybody, flood the whole team out with the rollies and all that. Everybody shine.
Yeah, my brothers, I'm going to turn up for my brothers, and my brothers turn up for me. You feel me? It's all love for life.
Yeah, it's also a case where it's also a case where if you have that diamond in the rough that could be polished, like, sometimes you got that Kobe on the team that needs that direction, and you need that to show him how to be unselfish. Somebody got to play the Phil Jackson role.
Exactly, bro. That's what it was. Like, first, man, like, I needed to be polished. You know what I'm saying? I was, like I said, I'm young, so I was a knucklehead, you feel me? I was just trying to do what I wanted to do, but my brother and Lex and everybody, all my people, they got to me like, look, man, you got something, you playing, stop playing, get out these streets, leave all this shit alone, trying to get on this music like you got it. That's what I'm on, you know what I mean? I never stopped doing it, but I'm serious about this now. Like, I'm so serious.
Dad, you don't transition yourself to where now you went from number 8 Kobe to number 24 Kobe. You trying to get those 5 rings, feel me?
You feel me? Exactly. 100%.
Now, dude, what you said really resonates because what you said about how you was in the street doing your thing, but you had to get right in terms of getting coming correct in the business. What's your opinion of a lot of artists that sometimes cannot leave the street life alone in terms of separating the business from the block? What's your opinion of that?
To be honest, man, the street life it's not just, people think that it's something you can just go into and then leave at any time you want. Nah, bro, those is ties, it's street ties. Like, you tied to the streets. But you gotta be serious enough where the streets gonna respect that that's not what you want and you trying to be somebody else. Because if they see that you're not serious about getting out in the streets, then they're gonna keep seeing you as the street guy. They're not gonna see you as, oh, he the rapper now, you know what I mean? He the artist now. They're gonna just see you as a street guy. But at the same time, it's hard to get. It's not easy to get out the streets. Like I said, street ties. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Do you think
realize like it's not like a 9-to-5 job. Like sometimes you can't even negotiate yourself out of a situation. Now, if you put in a situation where they see you as, okay, this guy gonna be big. Like, it could be not even a rapper, but it could also be somebody like a ball player. Like, okay, this cat could be big. We're gonna support this nigga. He gonna be the next LeBron James. He gonna bring all tons of resources back. So let him go his way. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you gotta turn up. Sometimes you gotta, like I said, you gotta show them that, man. Look, man, this is what I'm on. I'm on this. And once they see it, they're gonna believe. You feel me? Like I said earlier, I mean, people, it's hard to get an embrace out here, but I feel like once people see that you really on your thing, they hook. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Because what I know about the streets and black people in general is like they move when they see results, like when they see tangibles, like when they really see like numbers. You see somebody out there making those moves, they're like, okay, we're gonna really behind this, so we ain't gotta pressure him to go back into the street.
But that's the thing, like people really need people to help them get them numbers instead of just waiting for the numbers there to be like, oh, he hot. Nah, help me get these numbers.
Right.
But that's what we're working on now, really, really embracing and showing love back to VA, showing love to VA, to show them the love. Sometimes you gotta show love to get love.
And that's something that is not always, that people do not always understand, because the one thing about it, and it's not trying to rock the boat or step on toes when I say this, but you have a lot of artists who try to pretty much act like they've already established themselves as superstars, and humility is not one of their strong suits in terms of that, And the reality is, like you said, you should always have that character of humility that no matter where I'm at, I'm still never out of touch with anybody. Right. And, respecting the next man or woman that you come across, in terms of, respecting their hustle and supporting their movement, and even if you don't necessarily like their product, not getting in their way, taking shots at them, trying to sabotage, what they're doing.
Right. Nah, it's like you said, man, it's really about like being true, like it's just being real. You have to be real. Like once people see that you're real, not just portraying something, it's there. You know what I mean? They want it.
That's it. I think true to your story, it's gonna always speak for itself and eventually reach that real place where it could be marketed and eventually turn into dollars.
Oh yeah. I'm ready to do that.
Sure, we know you on your way, man, because some of the stuff I heard, I'm like, man, this brother, he got it, man. He got the juice, as I like to say.
We about to turn up, man. We got so much in store, man. We got so much in store. We're working on so much, man. Like, so many ways, so many flavors, man. I'm gonna just give out so many flavors. Just do what I can, just to show love, show people that Virginia's here. You know what I mean? TMOG the team. You know what I mean? Lex Luger got something in store for these people.
Now, you mentioned earlier that you bought a rock tee, and I'm like, are you guys like real wrestling fans?
Nah, man. It came from my guy, Cool 100, man.
Mm-hmm.
He a goat out here, young legend. He gave him that name. You know, Luger's a gun, so he gave him because he was banging out beats. You feel me? For real.
Right.
So, yeah,
right, because I mentioned that you bought the Rock T-shirt, and I just thought I asked that.
You said what?
Yeah, because you mentioned earlier about buying that rare WWE Rock shirt with the Brahma Bull. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, with the Rock. Yeah, hey, no, I'm kind of. I used to be big on wrestling, like until I got older and realized how fake it was. Then it just threw me off. You know what I mean? It threw me off. But I used to be big on wrestling though. The Rock, you know, the Undertaker was my guy. Kane with the hair, you know, Big Show, stuff like that. Yeah, I was definitely into wrestling.
I think it's also a case where them guys were at the time, they were like larger than life characters. Like who these guys were. If you step to them in the airport, hey, look, this dude beat my ass. Like Stone Cold, you step to the airport, like, he might kick my ass.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like that's the thing. Like, for everything ties together because at that too, you really gotta make people believe you that guy. You feel me? It's the same thing. It's all times. Like when you really want to be somebody, you gotta make people believe that you're somebody. You have to be somebody. You can't just be right. You can't be on some regular stuff.
Right, you can't be the average Joe.
Exactly. Yeah,
average Joe Schmo.
Exactly. I feel like Lex feel like the same way I do when he really has something to offer. Oh, he about to hit him, ain't he? Oh, my bad. These people driving crazy out here. But yeah, man, we really got something to offer to the game, you know. So we about to drop some flavor.
And I'm glad to see Lex back, man, because and tell him I said it's because his music was like the soundtrack of my club years at that time, man. Because I was hitting them clubs heavy when BMF and Hard in the Paint and Grove Street Party and all those joints was hitting. Those were my going hard club years right there.
You said what, brother?
I was saying that even though he's going to have him on the show tonight, I'm going to just tell him this for right now that those joints that he put out, those was a reflection of my clubbing years at the time. Cause I was hitting those parties hard when BMF dropped and Grove Street Party and Hard in the Paint.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the soundtrack of my clubbing years, man.
Oh, yeah, no question, man.
You, me, and everybody.
Like you said, man, Lex is an innovator, man, you know what I'm saying? That all ties back to what we were talking about earlier. Producer-wise, Virginia, we really create hip-hop. We really created a lot of hip-hop sounds. And Lex is a big innovator, you know what I mean? So for him to be that influence, man, once you're a creator, you're always a creator. You can create something else. Feel me? So the sound didn't change. It's just more fuller, you know what I mean? It's more switching in the beat. It's more emotion. It's there, man. It's speechless. I'm speechless. I really can't explain the beast. It's just amazing. You feel me? How they come off, it put me in a vibe every time.
Oh yeah, cause especially when that beat for BMF's about to drop. Man,
yeah,
we
that
take
build
a
up,
shot
man.
before we hit the floor.
You already know
gonna get hype in there.
You already know what's up when it come on.
Especially
that
when it
still
goes
go crazy. We was in the club. We went to the club the other day. They played it, man. It went crazy.
That shit when it
And
went
one thing about it. Oh, go ahead, King. Go ahead, King.
You know it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, no question. Bass, man. It's that bass, man. The bass guy, man. Thanks for the greatness, man. TMOG. Thanks for the
I
greatness.
must have put so many speakers in my car playing his music, though. I was gonna tell him that.
That's what we do, man. What we do, man. Rock out, man. Really try to make we rocking out, man.
And, you know, the funny thing about it is that, you know, Lex made that bass in art form in terms of, because everybody thinks, you know, a heavy 808 snare or that boom, you know, backdrop is like simple, but you have to have that placement in terms of how you sequence it to really get the maximum effect out of when, you know, that kick comes in. And, you know, when he came on the scene and really, really laid it down, we were like, whoa. It's like, yo, who's this guy? You know, it's like, it was just, I mean, it was just, he really, you know, when you mention guys like, of course, Polo the Don, you know, Southside, you know, all those guys, you know, he's right in there in terms of being, you know, amongst the new wave, you know, of beat layers for that era. You know, wow. Mike Will made it, you know, all of those guys. You know, I mean,
and I didn't even know.
I
didn't know until like years ago that he was actually from VA. I always had that notion that he was from the A, based off the music that he was supplying.
Oh yeah, nah, man. See, that's the thing now. They just, you know what I mean, they embrace it. Shout out Walker, man. He embraced my brother, you know what I mean? Really showing him love, you feel me? So you get that love, you just help people, you help the people that show you love. But yeah, man, like he been doing that, man. Lex been on this sound, man. He been on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And more than anything, I think he really, for a time to where Virginia had kind of had a lull, because we always had people from the area, but, you know, he really came through in terms of really opening that door up, showing that, you know, we really, really had something, you know, that was for the masses. You know, it was so unexpected, you know, when he came out when he did, to really, really, really make that impression. It was something that when he did it, he really, 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 I mean, words cannot say how proud we are of, you know, what he's accomplished, and, you know, especially with you coming on now. I mean, it's like he's laying the foundation for the next generation, you know, and
right.
That's really big. This is really big. I mean, we appreciate you, and we appreciate him so much for his contribution, and we appreciate you so much for being, you know, an extension of, you know, what he's done, you know, and I mean, that's just special, man. It really is.
No question, man. I definitely appreciate it, man. We really just, man, to be honest, man, we just doing what we love, man. Trying to put out this good music, man. Really just trying to change the vibe and give people something to love. Still though.
Yeah, y'all drop that project, man. It's gonna blow up.
Oh, yeah, we can take
anything
the world,
that's
man.
coming out of the water, I could put that on that.
Oh, it's coming very, very soon, man. We definitely gonna turn up, man. We're gonna have to talk again after it drop too, man.
Man, look, we'd be happy to have y'all on again, man. Just to really, like, you know, look, after it dropped, you can tell us the whole story about how it all came to in terms of all the late night, you know, cloud sessions, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, all the spirits that came in terms of inspiring it, you know, everything, man. You know, I mean, it's all about, you know, putting everything together to really, you know, make a project that is, you know, just, you know, I mean, immaculate, you know, and that's the whole thing.
And I read a stat just now from Lex. He posted up about his beat kit, and I read a comment that was pretty funny, where he said that, "Where you at, bro? Lil Wayne needs you right now in the quarter five."
That quarter five, man, big influence. Wayne been a big influence. That's a big influence for everybody, like I said.
Yeah, I gotta
Definitely.
check
Now, where do
that
you
out.
think
I'm hearing some things about it. I mean, I heard about 2 songs so far. It's pretty solid, but I'm gonna see what he gonna bring to the table here. I mean, 2018 been pretty. Yeah, 2018 been pretty hectic with the releases. All the big dogs been dropping music.
Yeah, Wayne, Thug going crazy. Thug about to drop the bar to 7. He going crazy. And tomorrow, you know, Kanye dropping another. He dropping the Yandi tomorrow. So it's really going crazy. Music is going crazy, but I like it. You know, it's like a push. You feel me?
Man, then I looked on the phone. It says Cypress Hill dropping the album tomorrow. Man, my collection. Yeah. My collection gonna be occupied for the weekend.
That's crazy. Yeah. But one thing about Kanye, though, I gotta say this: that dude is constantly in motion. I mean, that dude dropped the record this year, and now he's dropping another one. I'm convinced the man can't stay still. He's got to make music. Is what he does.
Producers, man, he got that producer's itch.
You love it. It's when you love it, you can't. It don't. It's not a job. It's just what you do. Like, making music is what I do. I do this for no money. You know what I mean, never gonna stop making music.
I think it's a whole thing that content creators can relate to. Is that whole mentality. We just, even when it's not for the money, we just love doing what we do.
Right.
Like even when we interviewing, you know, talented cats like, yo, they ain't paying us, but at the same time, we love the culture. We love bringing new artists that nobody really heard and giving them a new audience and making them shine.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's all about helping each one teach one, man. That's what it's really about. Like I said, we trying to bring out Virginia, not just me, but Virginia.
Back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Again, man, I definitely appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, brother. Yeah. I mean, you have any, like, shout-outs you want to give out, or you want to put your information out there on where people can find you?
Yeah, man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, man, at Big Dog King. That's BIGDAWG King. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram. Be on the lookout for that. It's a Doggy Dog World. We got the Paranoid video and single coming soon. TMOG shirts are in, and we got more shirts coming in. I mean, shout out my brothers, Lex Luger, your boy Black, the whole VABC. Shout out G Stack. Shout out Miss Hollywood. Shout out my manager, CEO Joe, man. You out here doing this, man. TMOG, VA, stand up.
There you go. And I just thought I'd say, too, I got to put this out there for everybody to come on our show. You better support the product. I don't want to catch y'all fake streaming it or nothing.
Right.
We're going to send them pit bulls to your house.
Well, the Goon Squad, everybody.
German Shepherds.
Tell him, man. Ain't no joke.
But definitely, man, we definitely appreciate you joining us. And we just thought we'd let you know, too, that we're going to be celebrating our 200th episode Tuesday night. So if you have time, pull up, brother. Call, make that call. Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all going to be at?
On the air like we doing now, brother.
I'm tripping, bro.
We got so many callers. I gotta tell people in advance.
Y'all I'll definitely call, man. I can definitely be y'all call.
This will be the same number, man. So I'm gonna keep in touch with Miss Hollywood, and we can make that thing still go.
All right,
200
no
episodes is a milestone.
Just hit her up, man. I mean. Again, shout out to Miss Hollywood, man. She making this happen. You know what I mean? She behind the scenes making stuff happen for us, too. So definitely big shout out, big thank you to her, too. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Matter of fact, I got to give a round of ovation to us, to ourselves. It hasn't been easy, but we got this. We take it to rock,
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all too, man. Off the cuff, you know what I mean? Y'all real guys, man. I definitely appreciate it, man.
Well, we appreciate you so much, man.
And if you have any tracks you want to send us, I just send the email out. I send it to Miss Hollywood, and we could just get them more played on the air, and we could put them on the website too. You know what I mean?
Word. Yeah, we could definitely do that, man. Like I said, I'm down, man. I fuck with y'all, man, a long and strong way, man. We could definitely do something, man. You know what I mean? You know all the contacts. Let's get it.
And we appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Much love, man. Sending love and energy, man.
I appreciate it, and like I said, man, keep doing big things for Virginia. This is a momentous occasion, man, and for you doing the hometown so proud, man, we really, 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 appreciate you so much. Me especially, because you represent, where we both reside, 2 up, 2 down,
right.
Putting it down all around the town, man.
Yes, sir, man. You got a city, man. You know what I mean? If you ain't love where you from, what's love, bro? Yeah, man, no question.
That's true.
No question, man. Love your local.
That's a real game right there. But yeah, man, we're definitely going to keep in touch with you, bro, and you're going to definitely see a lot of the promotion going on about the 200th episode going down this Tuesday night. So we'll keep it on lookout.
Word, man. Congratulations on that, man. And what's this, man, too, man? Congratulations on that, man. That's a big deal.
Hey, man, look, it's been a long, long journey, but, we done did it, and it's special for me especially because I came on last year, man, and they've embraced me, and I'm just humbled to be a part of that journey with them, man. It's shout out to all the Sandman, and of course Lady Chinchilla, and of course the King, the ruler of all this, man. I mean, we just keeping it consummately cool and professional for the culture always. It's what we do.
Yes, sir, man. All right, man. Y'all took it easy, man. Like I said, man, much love.
He'll come out.
Word up.
Yeah, definitely make sure y'all hit me on the gram, man.